Yo, it's Guido. We're back. I've got Pilgrim, and it is Coffee Talk. We are ready for some controversy discussion.
What would that controversy be then, Guido? Because I've got no idea. What are you drinking there, big man?
Let's see. I've got some Black Rifle.
Nice.
I think it's just called Dark. Just Dark.
Black Rifle is a good coffee. I like Black Rifle.
Yeah, and it's Keurig K cup, so it's as good as it's as good as desiccated coffee in a plastic cup can get.
yeah. Let's call it that then.
Which is not very good, to be honest.
Brilliant, absolutely.
So what have you been up to, man? We haven't seen each other, I guess, for a couple weeks.
No, we've been doing a lot of out and abouts with the family. This has been a beautiful 2 weeks of wall-to-wall sunshine. Starting to fade a little bit now. Yeah, we've had a high-pressure system sat over the UK for the last 2 weeks, which has drawn all the good weather up from the south. It's now turned itself further north, so it's dragging the Arctic air down. So things have changed slightly this last couple of days. But I've been out and about with the family. I've done stuff with the club, the motorcycle club. We've been, we had an officers' church the other day, which is basically the club officers get together and put the world to rights. And so I've been, I'm the enforcer, so I've had to go around and bang a few heads together, which is fun.
Did you see everything there was to see at the Lavender Farm by now, or is there still new adventures to be had?
Apparently, there's new adventures to be had, but we'll leave that one on the back burner because I have been ripped by my motorcycle club for posting a picture, as well you know, and and now all the suggestions for the next meets all centre around the Lavender Farm. So we've got all these hairy arse bikers riding into the Lavender Farm.
Oh, so they gave you grief, but by God, they're going there and they're going to have an ice cream?
Oh, they want to go, yeah, they want to go. Apparently the cafe looks nice. Well worth a trip. Yeah.
You guys are truly the Hex Angels.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might even be the golly gosh darn it Angels, actually.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You're not even Hex Angels. You're just like the oh darn it Angels.
Yeah. How horrible of you horrible person.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Cool. Well, like I was chatting with you, I just got back from the wedding last week.
Nice one.
All right, so here's good morning, by the way, guys. All Dog, Gator, Cliffy, everybody else who is in here, all 7 or 8 of us. So here's a good story. Went to Norfolk for the wedding. Flew into Norfolk.
Not
the wedding.
Norfolk, where I am.
No,
where you are.
ours named after yours, like many of our cities are. Norfolk, Virginia, and the wedding is in Virginia Beach, which is about a 15-20 minute drive, just right down the road. So we get into the airport, relatively busy. It's not a very big airport. I'd say medium-sized for America.
Okay.
My sister calls us up, because I turn the phone on when we land. She was waiting for us, one of my sisters. I was going to pick her up and take her to the rental house. She says, hey, there's a big line in the rental car area. Do you want me to get into it? I'm like, well, where's the line? She says, well, it's with Avis, which is one of the companies. And I said, well, doesn't affect me. I have budget. She's like, well, there's no line at budget. I'm like, okay, good. And then there was something in the back of my mind that bothered me about that, and I couldn't remember what it was. So we go down to the luggage area to get our stuff. So we get the luggage off the rack, and then my sister texts me back and says, hey, I went ahead and got in line. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't think that's going to matter, but fine. And it's just down the hallway. So we go down there, and there's like a 50-person line for Avis, and she's about in the middle. So because a couple planes came at the same time, so she was smart enough. She jumped in, then a bunch of people piled up who got their luggage before I did. So I walk up there, we chit chat, hug, all that good stuff. And she's like, is this yours? I'm like, no, that's mine there, but there's nobody there, is there? And she's like, no. So I said, there's a sign there. So I'm like, I better know it. So I walk close enough with the older eyes. I'm like, yep, that's what I thought. In the States, I think there's about 6, 7, 8 large rental car companies that aren't small regional mom and pop joints.
Yeah.
they're all owned by 2 or 3 companies now.
Right.
So it's the same company. So if I have a budget car, then Avis might be giving it out that day. However they work all
Okay.
that. So long story short, that big line was for like 3 of the companies, and one of them was mine. So smart. My sister got in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, great,
Not
thank you.
smart you didn't.
Yeah, and that was what was bugging me. I had kind of forgotten about that. So the line's going pretty quickly, and I'm kind of watching this act, and there's a bunch of people standing around waiting. So they're going up, talking to the lady. She clickety clicks, writes their name down, and then they walk away. I'm like, well, that's not good.
No.
Because in the States, renting a car is like feels like a 45-minute process. There's so many clicks and questions and forms and
Yeah,
initial here and
yeah.
sign this and spin around and touch your head and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I get up there and I couldn't quite hear what she was saying. Everyone's kind of walking away, and I'm like, all right, that's weird. So I finally, actually, before I got up there, a lady cuts in from the side and starts talking
Oh, really?
to the person that I was about to step up to and attempts to do
Yeah.
the rental thing.
Right.
Anyway, that's
Excuse me, madam.
and it took way longer for the worker lady to get rid of her than I would have liked, because she actually humored her for a while, and I'm like, are you
Oh.
really gonna? So she's like, you got to go to the airline. So I walk up and I go, because I'd sort of heard what was going on. I said, so you guys don't have any cars? And she goes, oh, we have.
No.
She goes, ooh, it's a Seinfeld episode, by the way. She goes, we have cars. This is an airport. We have lots of cars. And I'm like,
Well,
yeah, but
obviously.
but you don't have any cars for these people.
No.
And she's like, no, we have lots of
Car
cars.
park full of cars.
And she's like, we're taking names, and when your car is ready, we'll call you. I'm like, well, how long is that going to take? Well, I don't know.
Really?
I'm like, do you have a guess?
Jeepers.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. And if you've ever been in Norfolk,
How can a rental car company not have cars available for the people in the line?
So
I feel
here-
like
yeah, it's a Sein. You know who Seinfeld is, right? The show. Did you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
watch the American show Seinfeld at all?
yeah.
There's a scene where he's at doing the same thing I am. And he's like, but I had a reservation. She goes, yes, sir, I know you have a reservation. He's like, yeah, but I don't think you understand what a reservation is. She goes, sir, I know what a reservation is. I took the reservation. He goes, anyone can just take a reservation. It's holding the reservation that's the important part.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
That car is reserved for this person, believe it or not.
Do you have any cars? Oh, we have cars, but you don't have a car for me.
If you look out there, we've got 300 cars, but none of them have got your name on. None of them.
So when I first got there was 4 people got in line, and then 2 of them left.
Really? Because they couldn't be bothered to do the waiting.
Nope, better than that.
Oh.
Then I overheard something about shift change. So essentially what happened is there was a lot of reservations.
Yeah.
The people who work there are incompetent, slow, and indifferent to begin with. And they're all union. They're all union, and they had a shift change.
Brilliant.
They gave no
So you're gonna
shits.
sit around for an hour.
Oh yeah, there are
Wow.
50 people sitting around waiting for cars. So I had my 85-year-old elderly mom with me, so I needed to get her to the house because she'd been traveling all day. We actually got an Uber, put her, my son, and my sister in the car, and they went to the house, which was only 15 minutes away. I went back. I checked with a couple of the other ones that I knew weren't part of that company, and they were all out of cars too. I mean, it was just a very busy weekend, graduations and all kinds of stuff.
Mental.
So my wife and I sat down and we're thinking about it for a second. I'm like, all right, my choices are Uber there myself, and then I don't have a car, and I need a car because I got a big Suburban to move everyone around that was in the house,
Yeah.
and we needed that. So I don't know, about 15 minutes, I hear them screaming out my name at the counter. So I go up there and I got a car ahead of multiple people I knew were ahead of me. I think it's because I had the great big one.
Because you wanted the big
Yeah.
one, yeah, as opposed to just the normal one of the mill.
So I walk up. She does about 5 clicks, hands me a piece of paper and says, go down there and get your car. And I'm like, so you can do it that fast?
You've just proven a point, madam.
What?
You've just
Wait.
proven a point. You're doing it so on purpose.
What?
You're working to union rules when you feel like it.
Dude, they blew off everything. They blew off all the questions, all the initialing, whatever was going. They blew it all off. Apparently now it didn't matter. When I got down there into the garage, there were rows of cars. And I'm not talking about the ones sitting in the return lane. They're just stacked up in the parking lot. They're all ready.
What's the problem?
Shift change, incompetence, indifference.
That's crazy, isn't it? That's
Just
crazy.
and they got
What a way to
busy
run a
and they
business.
just don't give a shit. Doesn't
What a way to run a business, eh?
honestly, dude,
You
it
know what I
doesn't.
mean?
They make the same amount of money whether they rent 500 cars or 2. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, exactly.
They just don't. And I went up to the little kiosk. There's this probably one of the fattest humans I've ever seen sitting in there. And I have no idea. I don't know how he gets to work. It was like
£8
Jabba the Hutt. There was it's kind of a higher.
Jabba the Hutt.
It was kind of a higher desk thing, but he was about that wide and then went up like this.
Like Jabba the Hutt.
And I walk up like, I'm trying to be friendly. I got a car. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, what did he say? He said,
My brain hurts.
no, he said something like, living the dream or some shit,
Really?
Yeah. And I'm looking at him like, geez, dude, that is no one's dream, my friend. Nobody's dream, bro.
Dear oh dear oh dear. Is it the same when you come over here? What's it like? Because I haven't hired a car over here for years. So when you come over here, when you get it from the airport, do you get the same sort of nonsense?
No, I've only rented from Matt. That's not true, actually. It's always been good for me. The brain cell is firing. I go into Heswell, and there's a couple rentals. There's one down in Birkenhead, and there's one right in Heswell
Yeah.
that closed and then reopened. So I get my uncle-in-law. He'll drive me out to Birkenhead if I do there, or I can actually walk to the one in Heswell. It's about a mile and a half.
into the town centre.
Yeah, it's not town center. It's out the Chester High Road
Oh, got you.
between
Yeah, no,
Heswell
I
and
know
Chester.
what it is.
So,
Yeah.
but it's a mile and a half walk on that road, and they're all very pleasant, and I get it out. It's the same paperwork.
Okay.
Sign this, initial that, do that.
Yeah. Same.
Show me your license. Show me your insurance. Blah blah blah.
Are you good with stick drives then?
Mhm.
Are you okay with stick drive? Yeah. Because a lot of people struggle with it, don't they?
Yeah, I don't.
Understand.
The last couple times I've rented from in England, it's been automatics.
Has it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that's going away.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first few times was also. I mean, my first car that wasn't actually my first car was a manual,
Yeah.
little four banger. My Camaro was an automatic, but my Firebird was a manual.
Yeah.
Right, Grendel? Exactly, man. Brute, it was. I had budget, but it was budget Avis. The Avis people were the ones I was talking to. Now here's the hot tip apparently from friends, and I just haven't bothered to do it. I traveled maybe just enough to do some of this stuff, but you can build points if you go with one company and you have an account and all that kind of crap. Some of the companies have just you walk through and get the car systems, and I don't know how exact. I've never bothered with it because it hasn't been that big of a deal for me, but I might think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was hilarious. And otherwise, Virginia Beach is an interesting place. It's a beach.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it interesting in what way?
well, not the most bestest ways. It's a beach town. It's a beach town, but it's kind of run down. It feels like it almost wants to be family friendly, but also you feel like a significant amount of the hood has crept into it, and there's homeless people everywhere.
Oh, jeepers, yeah. Oh, a little bit like that beach we went to. When you looked over the
Yes. Oh, I forgot.
beach, and it was like all of the immigrants that came to the UK and the rubber dinghies were actually on that beach.
You're right. I have. So it's the American equivalent of that, actually.
Wow.
What was that place called? South.
No, not Bournemouth. Was it Bournemouth? Can't remember. It's one of them. Bournemouth, South.
Might have been Bournemouth. Yeah.
It might have been Bournemouth. Yeah, I think it was. It was originally the little fat landlady's holiday seaside town where you go to the bed and breakfast and you got all these little rotund ladies running bed and breakfast. Now it's just swamped with with rubber boat migrants.
There's the third world has more or less taken
Third
it
World
over.
has descended on Bournemouth, yes.
Yeah, it is a naval-based town, Obandu.
Alright.
There's a lot of Navy guys around, which is fine. That's not the problem. It's just a very interesting, odd beach town, to be honest. Very strange.
Just want to say good morning to everybody. People have
Absolutely.
appeared and shouted out.
Last car rented, compact car, cheapest. All right, so here's the hot tip with that stuff, Grendel. And this has happened to me, and I've got friends. And when I was chatting with my friends about this other subject came up. A lot of times you'll go up to the windows, Pilgrim, and they'll be like, "Hey, for $20 more a day or $50 more a day, we'll upgrade you to this car." You know, so it'll be a little less than what it probably was online, but it will be an upcharge to get it.
Okay.
Say no, because the next thing they'll do, that the reason they're telling you that usually is they don't have your size car. And when you say no, I'll take my size car, they're like, "All right, well, we don't have any, so we're going to give this one to you at the same price." You're like, "All right, that's what's supposed to happen here."
Wow. I mean, they're just people out to get you. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good segue. Do we have a controversy, my friends?
I'm not sure. There seems to be a lot of rumbling in the background.
Rabble.
Like a rabble.
Rabble.
Like a rabble.
I need a pitchfork. I have a sword. Here we go. I'll draw my sword.
I've got something similar. I've got not a sword but a stapler.
Oh, nice.
I can staple people. You can open it up like. No, you can't.
You can open up and slap them with it.
Well, yeah, I can staple people's heads. So there you go.
This is how you and I know. This is how you and I know we're old.
Yeah, we got staplers. We have stationery by the computer.
When's the last time you actually used that thing?
I don't know, just now. I've just put 2 staples out. About 2 years ago. And I've got these things, look. You know what these are. Post-it notes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's your file system.
That's my file system, yeah. Everything's covered in it. Yeah, I tell you what, when you came over and stayed, it was a nightmare because I had to remove about 50 or 60 post-it notes from the computer area. And then obviously, because that's my filing system, I put them somewhere and I couldn't find them after you left, and I couldn't. So all these post-it.
You didn't want me to know all your secret codes.
Exactly, yeah. So now I can't do anything because my filing system has disappeared.
Joke's on you. It came back to America.
Yeah, you got it, didn't you?
I've been secretly stealing your.
The passwords and everything.
I've been secretly stealing your identity for a year now.
That's fine. You're welcome to, because it's proper shit.
Not much. Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes. Nothing outbreaks, accelerates, or outmaneuvers a rental gator. Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
And a fighter pilot in a rental is, by definition, a VIP.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh man! All right, so yeah, wedding was good. Playing a little bit of tanks. I'm working on the XM57, the AAT60, which I like quite a bit. Okay. The Tiger Mouse, which is just a big dumb brute, and a little bit of the Toro, and of course the Manicore. Still working on that. So that's been all right.
Do you find with the Tiger Mouse it's so slow that it is, because it is slow, you don't get into the battle.
Yeah, man, it's just
a drag, isn't it?
At least with the XM57 with the same speed, you're bringing for its tier a really punchy gun. The Tiger Mouse has a 500 alpha gun, something like 530, which is good, but not like holy cow. At 530, you'll see enough 400 damage shots that it doesn't feel like it's really doing a whole bunch. And it's just ungainly, and it's got a rear turret, and the turret's really not that good. It's just it's serviceable, and you can tank some hits on it, but sometimes its armor just does nothing for you.
It doesn't work, yeah, absolutely.
And when you're slow and ungainly and clumsy, and your armor's not working, that's a long day.
It is a long day.
Long day.
You sort of get to the battle, you get to the battle late, and if they're pressing hard, you don't stay around too long. You go back to the garage, don't you?
I've had the battle outrun the Tiger Mouse and the XM57 multiple times, and where I'm just Wing the whole time, right? You're just like, oh my gosh, and then because the guns are derpy, the few shots you get, you miss or bounce, you're like, ah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a number of wins in the Tiger Mouse with no damage, where I just couldn't catch the damn battle.
That's when you get your messages.
Yep.
What did you contribute to the battle?
Those are my favorite, though. I got a lot of those the last couple of weeks. It's been. Have you guys seen that? Anyone notice that at all, or is it just me? I have received in the last couple. I would say the last month, more in garage messages than I remember getting in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crikey. Either that means you're famous, or that people are just picking on you for some
Oh, it could be I'm really just getting worse and people are mad all the time. And to be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of chatting either. These are just unsolicited. Like yesterday's, it wasn't in garage, but yesterday I was playing the Manticore on the U.S. Map that has the tornado, whatever the hell it's called. Man, the two Artie guys are really pissed at my scouting.
Because you didn't perma-light the enemy team.
I didn't. And one of the reasons was I went down into the flat part, got in a bush, and was getting guys lit, but nobody went to the northeast corner. So I'm alone in the field, and they're all camping the back, complaining about the spotting. And so when the enemy sort of figured it out and started filtering south, I got out of there.
Yeah.
And,
why not? Just sit there on your own.
So then I'm on the bush next to the cap, looking down the hill, trying to cover things coming, see if we get some shots, and then they all start like, the Manticore's camping. I'm like, dude, but you have no idea where I was. You literally just looked at me and went, oh, that's where he was the whole game. You had no idea that the entire half of the map isn't even covered by the mediums. The mediums are camping behind me, dude. Holy shit.
Wow. I just love it. Just love it. I think we've got a newer player base. I think there's a lot of people being attracted by all this nonsense to the game or back to the game. So I think it's a lot of that.
Could be. I do notice a lot of low highway. That's it. Right, Cliffy? Especially for the south spawn, right? The south spawn, well, I know why, because it sucks going up there south spawn. The north spawn has a better go of it up there.
Yeah.
And it sucks to have them peek over and trash you. And then they have shots on your side, so you're in a crossfire and they aren't. That's the thing. So not few people want to drive to a place where they're in a crossfire and the enemy isn't.
Yeah.
A lot of players only look at the map. That's true, Grendel, and I'm actually guilty of that. I've done that in the past. You know, once I come up for air, I'm dead, and I look around and go, "What's that guy doing?" Well, I may have missed. He was actually forward, fell back, moved around, whatever.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. All right, so let's shill a little bit, which is dangerous these days because the internet mob might come for you, and we'll get
pitchforks at the door.
We'll get to that. First thing we're going to shill about. Let's see. So here's a great deal, fellas. This is something I found. I think you're really going to like this, Pilgrim. It's probably going to be your favorite thing.
Do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've just opened up your channel to look at it.
Well, we're going to call this up because this is probably the best thing I've seen in a while. So we're going to go to the premium shop. And we're going to click on that. And then you guys are going to buy some Ramfaltas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we are.
Yes.
Because the wallet is full. We need to empty the wallet.
These are great. These are the things you buy these. So what you do is you get you get your wallet out and all right. We're gonna talk about this at length. I just want to note one thing in terms of the shilling section of the program here. One thing that irritates me about this, there's many things. We'll get to my opinion on it in a bit, which is not going to make anyone happy, but that's all right. One thing that does irritate me about it, though, is the numbers they sell. You know, the 50 Pity Mechanic is 50,
Yeah.
and they have a 30.
Yeah.
You know, at least
Why?
at Christmas they had a 20. They had a 25, and yes, they had a 75. Which I've said that in the past. I'm like, that sucks because.
Yeah, it's a bit cheesy, isn't it?
So then you have to buy a 75 and a 25, and at least those equaled 100, which was 2. These.
Yeah.
You got to go 120 and 30, and then you get a 150 or 80 and 30. I don't know. I mean, come on, Wargaming. Seriously. Seriously, I'm gonna. Well, we'll get to it. I'm not gonna make everyone happy with my opinion on this, but this kind of thing is it's just kind of dumb. It doesn't have to be like that, but that's what they did. That's what they did. And I guess I would imagine actually what they probably did was run some mathematical scenarios based on the nested Raumfalter doodads. And these are probably closer to the numbers that help them out a bit.
Yeah, it's probably more. It's a financial decision, obviously.
Right.
That's
Yep.
how they've done it.
Well,
they've done the background data to it. They haven't just thrown that out on somebody's whim. There's data behind that.
I mean, it's definitely a case of if I sell them 80 to get that next free one, it's definitely going to be 30, and then they're kind of getting you to buy 10 more boxes, and that's certainly the base level truth of it.
Yeah.
I think there's also some math in there for the percentages and the nested. I'll call them boxes, whatever. Nested boxes that makes these numbers better for them than just going 75 and 25.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of goofy. All right, we'll talk more about those things later, fellas.
Yeah.
Free box, can't play it from it. Got the free. Oh, so yeah, some of you guys got tanks from the free boxes. That's cool.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of you guys did. That's awesome. Nicely done. I did not. I got my 3 boxes. I opened them. I did not get that. So Raumfalts are out there. What's the price of them, actually? I didn't look at that too closely. So 683. So a little more than those dollar boxes things going on.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the other thing that cracked me up about this. You get gold if you buy the boxes from the site. You get gold for each box. The free ones don't give you any gold.
No, of course they don't.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? So the gold. This is classic wargaming. The gold is not in the box. It's in the package when you buy it from them.
Yeah.
As part of the package, right? It's just a straight up. Here's your 8,000 gold. In this case, 12,000. In this case, 500. So what is 500 gold? Let's go with the biggest. Let's go with the biggest one. We get 23,000 gold for 264. That's less than $100 in gold, isn't it? Because $100 of gold is 25,000.
Yeah.
So what you're getting for this is $90 in gold, I guess, roughly. Bunch of times fives.
$90, yeah.
And okay, so bundle contains gold, got it. So you automatically get the 23,000. You automatically get 230 times fives, and then you have the chance for these things: credits, personal reserves, crew books. Okay, got it. Got it. And 500 gold is how much money? It's $5. No, much less than 500. I don't even know if you can buy 500. Can you even buy 500? You can. 297.
That's the minimum amount. Yeah.
297. Okay. So $3. So for $6, $7 really, you get $3 of gold and then some other possibilities. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So as far as it compared to Christmas, not nearly as lucrative in terms of gold, but there's a lot of other things you might want in there. Battle Pass featured, nothing going on there. Vehicles, yeah, these are all standard, no rentals or anything. So it's all about the Raumfaltes. The Raumfaltes, my friends. And you will go buy them, all right? Because we are shilling, so go buy your Raumfaltes.
Oh,
get your tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, you get free tank with it. You
Yeah.
do. If you try hard, pay enough.
Well, if you
free
get
tank.
50, you get a tank.
There you go.
If you get 50,
Yeah.
you get a tank. You do.
Free. You haven't had to pay for that tank. You pay for the things, but you don't pay for the tank.
So, that being said, if I go... So the minimum I can buy to guarantee me a tank is an 80 pack.
Yeah.
That's going to run me $103. Going to give me 8,000 gold, which is about 25 bucks. So now there's $75, and then I'm going to get a $40 tank. So that's $35 of doodads that I can. A lot of it I can get just by playing the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a great deal. It's not. If you hit 2 or 3 tanks in there, you get very lucky. Then it's a pretty damn good deal. If you got 2 tanks, that's $80 in tanks right off the bat. Another 25 in gold, and now you're making money off all the other stuff. But you would need 2 or more tanks out of that, and you're only guaranteed 1.
You're only guaranteed 1, and as you said, most of it is stuff you can win in game.
Yeah. So essentially, for your 103.65, you are guaranteed an expensive tank,
Exactly that.
and that's.
Exactly that.
But we'll get back to that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go into the game client. I don't think there's much going on there because of this event. Hey, there's a question. Does your barracks have a red 1 by it?
No.
Okay, you're probably not as far. For anybody who's on chapter 3,
Oh, okay.
do any of you guys, when you got the second crew member, did you get a red barracks number that you can't make go away? Zimbo said yes. Was that finish in the top 8? Yeah. No, he's answering somebody right there.
Oh.
Does anybody have this? But you could clear it. So what did you do? Because usually it's you highlight one of these fellers, and they have a little red number. But every single one of mine in the show recruits section, none of them have a red doodad around it. So I can't clear this. It's weird.
Well, that's odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
You haven't got a recruit. No, you wouldn't have a recruit sat in a tank, would you? Because it'd have to be. It wouldn't be a recruit then, would it? So.
Correct. These are all people. These are all the ones I haven't used. They're all waiting to be used. I can't. None of them have a little red dot. Yeah, and
You got no filters on.
No. Well, I don't think so.
No. You know, because you might have filters.
Yeah,
on
good.
Commanders or,
Good call. But no. I don't know. Red
Tom.
berry.
I mean, I'm on the EU, so I don't have as far. Once I kick in the NA, I'll have a look. You know.
I don't know. It happened, I believe, after I finished chapter 2, and I got the crew member for chapter 2, and for somehow I did that, Grendel. That's exactly what I did. I've done it several times now. Did this and wait till the card comes up. I've been very careful, gone through every single one of them. Definitely user error, Jimmy. I have screwed something up. Facts. Yep.
Yeah, the only explanation left.
Well, that's what I assumed why I'm asking everyone. I'm like, I've done something incorrect. Should I? Oh yeah, turn it on, turn it off, turn it off, turn it on. Kick it.
Oh yeah.
Give it a smack.
Standard IT response.
Yep.
Switch it off. No, I can't see anything on my EU account at all.
That's a good point, Grendel. That's a good point. Oh, one other news situation. I am apparently no longer a CACC or anything.
Oh, well they've
Yeah.
dropped you out.
Yeah, I did not get any of the Romfeltas, which I thought, well, maybe that's because it was a sign-up thing. Sometimes they do it that way. As I've said in the past, I don't have any. I'm not in their Discord thing. When they took me out of the CC Discord, they didn't bother me to put me into the CA, and I didn't. I actually tried to contact one of them once, and I got ignored. So I'm like, whatever. Left it at that. And I'm no longer on the website as a contributor.
I bet you feel gutted by that.
Yeah.
Don't you? I bet you stare out of the window quite a lot over that.
It was a good run.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thanks, Wargaming.
Yeah, actually, definitely. And no, not being sarcastic or.
No. I mean,
no, yeah, it
the
was-
boxes were good.
Oh, hell yeah.
You could do
Yeah.
plenty of content and everything. Yeah, it was a good run. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I was
you
able to
don't
give
need me,
away.
I don't need you.
I was able to give away a lot of stuff to people. We did all
Yeah.
kinds of events. It was definitely interesting interacting with the other CCs and whatnot. Some of them I enjoyed quite a bit. Some of them are I enjoyed. There was nothing adversarial when I say it that way. That's not what I meant there, but yeah. So that era is over apparently, and I didn't get any Rumfaltas.
That's sad. Sad in a way.
Yeah,
That being, well, actually, if you're not famous and not connected to Wargaming anymore, I might need to have to reconsider my position on this coffee talk.
right. Because we're on the downslide, my friend. So.
I mean, I'm not talking about jumping ship, but you never know.
Well, dude, sometimes you just have to step over the side, you know? Yeah. You just take the laster,
Yep.
flick that, and just.
See you later.
You could do the Homer Simpson and just fade back into the bush.
Yeah, fade back into the bush. Yeah. Bye.
I'm surprised you hung around this long. Oh man, no, we're gonna
It's
shill.
fun. I'm enjoying it, mate. Yeah,
Grendel-
I'm leaving this.
Now I'm trying to get back. Now I'm like the D-list actor that was an A-list at one. Well, let's call it B-list. You know,
Yeah.
I was on the upward trajectory, and now I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to get back in. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Dear. Yeah, we're not going to shill anymore now. Sod Wargaming. We ain't going to shill. Sod 'em.
I will still cover the stuff that's sold, man. We'll still talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's good for the audience to know what's out there that's beneficial for them. That's why
Exactly.
we're not doing it for ourselves.
Exactly. Now here's another thing. If they'd have given me the Rumfeltas, would I have opened them? Of course.
Of course you would. And you may have bought some more on top. You know you did.
I'm gonna tell you what. Because we keep dancing with this like we're gonna get into it, and we are gonna. We might as well. Yeah. But should we just get into
Let's
it?
do it. Yeah, forget
All
the
right.
structure.
Let's
Forget
take-
the structure of this coffee talk.
Let's take an early 5-minute break because
I can get me a cup of tea on the
I'm
go.
doing 75 hard with my son, which is for me is 75 a bit squishy, not quite hard, which is like it's a
They're
stupid.
not planks, are they?
No, it's a stupid health fit program or whatever in the States right now.
Okay.
Where
Alright.
75 days you don't drink. That's the part I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Eat well, but the big one is drink a lot of water, which is kind of killing me.
Okay.
Kind of killing me.
Yeah, your bladder must be absolutely exploding, man.
Right. So we're gonna take a 5-minute, and when we come back, we're gonna Romfelta it up, my friends. We're
Cool.
gonna
Happy
Romfelta
with
it up.
that.
All right, 5 minutes. Get your coffee. Strap in because it's gonna be a good one. But I can't find the break thing. Oh, there we go.
Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell, to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man, to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido.
All right, we are back. Let's see. So something
5
happened.
minutes?
Did something happen?
I don't know, but I've got my popcorn.
I got my fresh coffee. Pilgrim's got his popcorn. Let's see. Let's catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Des, QB Skill, etc. They might be gone with their views on this event. Group hug. You were expensive. Yeah. No more shilling. Damien Goot. Yeah, okay. All right. So, we're gonna talk about it in detail, but I'm gonna try to succinctly. I'm gonna say a couple things that I think will give you my general opinion of the whole thing. The first one is, if they gave me Rumfaltas, I would have opened them.
You would.
Yeah, so you can garner from that I would not be joining some boycott. That's number one. Number two, and I think I've been really consistent with this over the years. There's a difference between liking the way an event is set up, or not liking it, and being the white knight and presuming to tell adults what to do with their time and money.
Yeah.
Those are the two main ones, with a lot of iterations, I guess, in between all that stuff. What do you think, Pilgrim? What's your take on it? Now,
Well,
I don't think we're not going to be in lockstep. I don't think we are, but that's fine. People can have their own opinions. I will try to articulate the way I see it. Whether people like it or not is, I don't want to say it's not my problem, but it's their opinion, which good for them. Anyway, what do you think?
I've just put it in chat. Here we go. I'll put it in chat.
Okay.
Shall I put it in chat? Let me just see if it'll work. Hang on. Try that.
Okay.
Gone in?
No, I see it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, thanks for the sub.
Cool.
None special.
Thank you. Nuts and special.
This one is blatantly taking advantage of people. That's the point. See, Zemke, I disagree. I'm going to take a strong stance on this. I hate, despise, cannot stand when people, especially on the internet, start talking about how start talking about how they're here to protect you because you're being victimized. Dude, if you, not you, dude, Zemke particularly, but if you don't want them, don't fucking buy them.
That's the point. I agree with that. Because
Honestly, I mean...
you only have to open that and put your hand in there, or not.
Right. And you're not saving the internet, children. We're not saving lives here. The echo chamber is echoing. And all of the posts and the videos and the gnashing of teeth and the clutching of and the clutching of plurals, the clutching of pearls. It's just, I think it's dumb. I also get it because it's the internet and it's what we do. We're doing it, right? That's clicks and all that. This is good. This is good theater.
Yeah.
It's good theater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is good theater. So it's fun in terms of watching it go down. But I just cringe when I see how serious some people seem to be about it. That's kind of one of the big things for me. You know, you go on Reddit. The Reddit sphere is melting down. Reddit is a sea of idiots anyway.
I'm loving this popcorn.
I mean, let's pretend for a moment that you're totally on board with the Reddit boycott and all the Reddit neckbeards. I have a little bit of neckbeard today.
Yeah.
And then consider what you think of Reddit neckbeards until now. All of a sudden, they're the white knights, heroes of saving the internet, children. I love this too. The predatory practices of wargaming. Look, is wargaming in the room with you right now? Forcing? Oh my God! Hold shit! Wait, hold on. Wargaming's forcing me to go buy some boxes. I'll be right back. I've been lured, Pilgrim. Tricked. I tell you, I was tricked into buying.
Is your arm like that?
Yeah.
Like that?
They're like,
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Guido, but
Yeah.
this time the boxes are circles.
Yeah.
And inside the circles are other circles, and there's more circles inside.
Yeah.
Imagine getting mad at a company selling pixels that you've already bought thousands of dollars of pixels from.
There is that. I mean, I'll be brutally honest with you. I fired that statement out on Discord as a hand grenade thrown into a room full of people. You know, I thought I'd just bang that out there and then just see what the reactions were. I was slightly disappointed that the only reaction I got was yours. So that's why I repeated it on here. So much fun.
I don't even begrudge people thinking that. Begrudge people thinking that way. That's part of my point. 1,000,000,000%. You think it sucks? You think it's a gamble? We'll get to that in a minute. Don't buy them.
No.
Don't buy them.
It's up to you. These
Yeah.
are real. The
Yeah.
pixels are not.
Yeah. But I always love this, let's get organized, and this revolutionary language that people use on the internet, and the internet mob generates. And now we have, people calling for boycotts. And then the fucking purity tests. Like, go on Reddit and see, like, there'll be just people venting their spleen about saving the internet children from round boxes. And then somebody will make a reasonable comment like, well, hey, okay, but if you don't want them, don't buy them. And then they just get piled on because they have failed the purity test. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, motherfucker.
Yes, exactly. What type of American are you?
Yeah, exactly, right?
What type of American are you?
Have you bought boxes in the past? Yes. What type of boxes? Round or square?
Yeah. What type? What type are you buying?
You are a great fool if you buy any kind of boxes other than Christmas boxes. But I love my Christmas boxes, my precious.
Oh man, it is so funny, isn't it? It's so funny.
Holy shit, man. All right.
You catch up on chat because it's killing me.
Well, Zemke, the people are weak mentality idea is that's part of the white knighting thing, and that's what everyone says. Well, not everyone's as smart as me. I can resist buying the boxes, but I'm here to save the rest of the week. Really? How much you want to bet? If you could know the truth, and you cannot. If you could know the truth, a significant amount of the people yabbering on social media about these bought some. I guarantee it. I guarantee that happened.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah. So the videos are funny. All right, so let's... Did you see Quickie Babies?
Yeah.
He's a freaking genius.
Go back out.
This guy's a genius. I mean, it's just an absolute genius. So first of all, he gets early access to the tanks. So he makes a couple videos on a couple of the kind of better ones. What the tanks are, how good they are is another subject. But he makes a couple videos. Then this whole thing starts to broil and boil, and then there's kind of a movement, and then a couple CCs fall in line, I'll call it. And then all the CCs are supposedly, not all, a significant number of the big CCs, and they all make videos. You know, this is crap, I'm not doing it, I won't open it, all that kind of stuff. And he makes a video, says he's not gonna do any more.
I've opened 100 that
And
one gave me.
Very next freaking day, he makes a video how to play against the new tanks.
Absolutely. He is getting the clicks. I mean, he's paid per click, so he's getting the clicks, bro. I tell you. He's not dumb.
The anti review, not a review. That was genius, dude. Genius. Big brain on that guy.
Absolutely.
It's just, and
If you
go read the comments. It's a couple people see through it and say it. Most of them are like, Quickie Baby, that's why we love you, man. This is a great way to handle this. I'm like, he just did a review by not doing a review, and you think he's a hero because he didn't do a review. But he did a review. What?
Oh, man.
That was mad. That killed me.
It's a lesson. It's a lesson in marketing and how to get the clicks, isn't it?
Dude, that was, yeah, absolutely.
You got my mic's on full, guys, so it's just probably too far away from me.
Oh, can't hear Pilgrim?
Yeah, I've just moved it.
It's too low?
I've got it on full my end.
Oh, well, I got you on full too, man. Oh, actually, I know where I can do this.
Guido's 3 times louder. Yeah, he's like that, bro.
Probably because I'm yelling so much. I'll lower mine.
He's shouting at clouds, isn't
Yeah, shouting at clouds. I'm bogarting the mic. Crazy. So the video thing, that was a lot of fun. And if you are entertained by comments on videos like I am on occasion, go read some of them. The delusion is real. Let me just put it that way. Reddit mania kind of touched on that. Reddit is a cesspool in the best of times, but
it is, isn't it?
there's all kinds of people thinking they're organizing the next world government over on Reddit by stopping the evil wargaming.
Absolutely. I love it. There you go. All right. Subtitles are on, so I'll keep writing as fast as I can.
That's going to take a while. Oh yeah, and then and of course people can't. We're not going to do that here, fellas. Not here, but people cannot help themselves but attach whatever view it is they have and the enemy has to some political figure in a country or another. Dude.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Just go away and play with yourself.
Buy
in the dark corner.
Buy the circle boxes that are circular, or don't. Now,
isn't it?
ultimately, that's what we'll find out. I believe, my opinion is that more than likely they'll sell plenty and nothing's going to change. They are going to be forced to react to the internet mob because it is significant enough and they're getting enough bad publicity. But this is all it is. They have a publicity problem, not a monetization problem.
No, exactly that. This is purely the perception.
Right.
It's a perception thing. So they're going to make the money. They don't care. They're going to make the money. But
absolutely,
speaking on the sweeter side of PR, they're going to have to put something out to say something. But They don't give a toss about what it is, because at the end of the day, even if the whales don't buy $300 worth of round circles, then the cumulative effect of people just buying 3, 5, or whatever it is, $5 worth, the minimum amount is stacking up anyway. And you've got across the whole of the gaming community that play World of Tanks, if you've got 1 million players, then they only have to spend $1 each, and you've got $1 million. So,
judging by the amount of these tanks I've seen in the game, they sold plenty.
Plenty, yeah.
They sold
I
plenty.
guarantee you. Yeah.
And they're laughing. They've got to do the player-facing thing. There is bad publicity. I am not denying that. You cannot. If I'm going to be realistic, then I have to be realistic. Absolutely. They got a bunch of CCs up in arms. You got all these things on Reddit and these let's boycott and send Artie after him and all this kind of BS, which I find fascinating, because where were you, when the other things like this happen? There's plenty of overpowered tanks that they're like, I don't like it that this new tank is behind a paywall of boxes. I'm like, well, there's a lot of tanks behind the skill wall of Clan Wars. I don't have them.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to have them. I've said in the past it'd be cool if Wargaming would make some of these things available to people, but I don't play those events, and so it's like I don't pay for the boxes to get it. It's the same thing, but the same people that are fine with overpowered tanks being given to people who do Clan Wars and screw the little people are now all up in arms because another tank is behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Have some. What's the word I'm looking for? Consistency in your logic.
Yes.
Have some consistency.
Yeah. But that doesn't go hand in hand with people off Reddit. You know what I mean? It just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the mob mentality doesn't have consistency, because it's let's all cheer for the white today. And then the next day, so let's all cheer for the blue. The blues.
Yeah, the blues are better.
Yeah.
The purity test.
And then the greens.
Yeah.
And then whatever.
And tomorrow, if they took the boxes and they just split them up and sold them separately, people would be all right, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a huge fan of boxes. So let's cover that piece. I'm not a huge fan of the way it's set up. I don't like it.
No.
It is expensive. I don't like it. I don't like the mechanic. I think it's silly to begin with. I'm not a super fan of tanks behind paywalls like this. But then honestly, what's the difference between buying boxes to get them or just buying them out of the store? Well, the argument's going to be, well, at least at the store I know what I'm getting. Well, you do know what you're getting here.
Yeah.
Every 50 you're getting a random tank.
If you bother to look into it, exactly what chances are of getting it, and you know also what all the little bits and pieces that go in with it. So.
But that makes it gambling, Guido. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're getting a tank after 50, period. End of story. Yeah. You're getting one of these tanks. It's a random roll. It's not gambling, dude. You spent money and you got content. You may not think the content's worth anything, but nobody gives a shit what you think.
No.
Only you do. That's the point. Like, you do.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Pilgrim doesn't. Other than if you're friendly with them, then of course you want your friend to do well. And I'd like the community to do well. But going, it's all just pure gambling. Bullshit. You're getting stuff. It may be crappy stuff. It may be a crappy mechanic. Agreed. But you're getting stuff. So if the stuff that you're getting for the money you're spending isn't worth it to you,
don't buy it.
Don't buy it. We're back to don't
simple.
Buy it.
Quite simple, isn't it? Don't buy it. Tough, isn't it? It's gambling. Gambling is when you go down to the bookies and you £10 on the old nag to win by a nose, and it doesn't win. You're not going to get any money off the bookie for not winning.
Yeah.
You're not going to go, we'll just chuck some bits in. Hey, here's a free burger because you gambled your £10.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to get it. You know what I mean?
Now, if you went down to the bookie and said, for £10, I'll give you a free burger, right? And I'll put you in the raffle to win this whatever, then... There you go. Maybe. You bought a really let's call it £100.
Expensive burger.
Because £10 is not getting you a burger. It's not getting you a burger. You can't.
No, sorry. It's not getting you a burger like you do in the States as well, which is bigger than my shoulders. You know,
maybe in 1950 you would have got a burger for less than £10. Oh man. A lot of guys are chatting here. There's so many other issues with the game. Now, let's also be honest and realistic as well. there are seminal events in games and systems where something kind of breaks the camel's back, and a lot of people are sort of clutching onto that for this situation. That we really have to show Wargaming they have to change their ways, fellas. That train left the station years ago. We've talked about it. The monetization is just accelerating, and the reason is that's the model. That's their business model. There is no other business model that keeps this game going.
No.
Other than this one.
I mean, you've got to remember. Let's go back to the very basics of this game. In its basic form, it's a free-to-play game.
Right.
You can have a free-to-play account. It doesn't do you any good these days. We know that.
Hype train. Thanks, Cardi.
Thank you very much. Lovely. I mean, we know full well that. I mean, I've got a free-to-play account in Europe. I can't progress that hard as I have in North America because it is such a struggle free-to-play. But you can free-to-play.
Yeah.
It is possible. Yeah. If you want to be an idiot like me and spend 12 years pushing through to the tier 10s without spending a penny, yeah.
It is painful. You're right. Which is why people spend money to relieve some of the pain, which is a standard play for free design for the game.
Yeah.
Hype train.
So how else does Hype train? How else does Wargaming then monetize this game? If it's a free-to-play game, they've still got bills to pay. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not justifying Wargaming's attitude to the way they monetize this game, but they have to have some sort of business plan. Otherwise, they wouldn't have lasted this long, and they certainly wouldn't be able to pay the employees. So,
I think it's fair to say that this is probably the easiest, most lucrative one. You just continue to sell.
Of course you do.
Better and better. I mean, I get it. I'm not denying that. This is no defense. This is not a full-throated defense of Wargaming.
Not defending Wargaming at all. No.
I like their game. So if you think me liking their game and occasionally buying some products from you is defending them, then okay, I failed your purity test. Sorry. Get over it. I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that being said, on the other side, not a big fan of it. It's not a great. It didn't work out for them very well on the. What's the word I'm looking for? I just said it. Now it's completely escaped me. But in terms of player base liking them, it didn't work out very well on that PR side of it. Now, let me be the devil's advocate on that one. We think there's a lot of people mad. How many people that play the game actually even know this thing is going on?
Well, there you go. Yeah.
What do you guys think? What percentage of the player base is actually mad?
That's probably about it, Grendel.
Grendel, I think, that's got to be pretty close. Yeah.
It might even be high, to be honest.
I mean, I think if we completely over-exaggerate and we might get to 50, I don't know, maybe, but probably not. Cliffy could be, 20 of them. Yeah. I think it's probably higher than a lot of games would be because the player base has kind of condensed into a significant amount of hardcore players that have been around for a long time and pay attention. But there's plenty of people that just saw the Raumfeltas and went, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Let me get some of them."
Yeah.
Of
course it is.
They're over there with the white powder on their nose with the memes like, "You got any more of them Raumfeltas?"
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
people are getting things. I mean, you've got like Special K says he's got the MBT in my boxes. It took 350 boxes. Well, that's a choice you make, isn't it? To go.
Wait a minute. Somebody bought 350 boxes?
Yeah. Special
Who did?
K. Special K.
Oh, ban him. Somebody ban him immediately.
Yeah. And Gunnar-Schumer's got a good point. The part that he doesn't like is this premium tier 10. And even
good
premium
point.
tier 9s.
Good point.
Good point.
Yeah.
People grind hard to get to a tier 10, and then all of a sudden they're appearing as premiums. That's our board.
Yeah.
But, that's where it's
But
at.
that's, the gatekeeping part of that, I don't necessarily agree.
Cliffy just banned Special K.
Oh!
No, he unbanned him straight away, but it was funny. It came up banned.
Yeah, but now he has to come back in. Oh, I hope he's not mad. Special K, come back. Come back. We're just kidding.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, boy, the internet mob got him.
They did.
That's what happens around here when you fail the purity test, friends.
Oh man.
Cliffy's out of control. Hey. All
Yes,
right.
he is. His fingers were clicking so
What
fast.
else? All right. So the videos were funny. Reddit mania, the boycott.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I don't know because I don't know the numbers. I feel like it's probably not doing anything. Maybe it is. It would be. Wargaming's never going to let you know. You can't ever know. If this event never comes back, did they win? Did they just
Well,
not?
that's a point, isn't it? That is a point.
Were the sales bad? Did they just not like the event? I don't know. So boycott, but the boycott's funny. I get it. Most sides of things on the internet these days love to boycott and cancel. They love it. That's like their favorite thing. Like they're gonna get you. You're canceled. You're boycotted. You're whatever. Sure. There is a Steam review bomb going on.
Okay.
Yep. And that does seem to have some traction because the numbers for negatives in the last 30 days have gone significantly up. So people are just going onto Steam to negatively review World of Tanks purely off of a monetization they don't like, which has happened in the past with games.
Yeah.
Which has sometimes had temporary effects, but which has never changed the trajectory of a large game. It's destroyed some new games that attempted to start, but it's never really destroyed an ongoing game that I'm aware of.
No.
But I appreciate the hype train, by the way, guys.
Wow, that's kicked in.
Ooh, I got
Nice
a chest. I'm gonna
Ooh,
share.
nice one.
I got this guy. What is this? That's a serve. Decardi got a good one. What does "that's a serve" mean? Is that a pizza?
Must be.
I can't see it because my eyes are too bad. It's got glasses on, I think. We touched on the gambling thing, Pilgrim. I know that people get really upset by the whole gambling thing. I do understand why people think it is, but I just articulated earlier, I won't go over it again, why I don't think it really is gambling. Not in the truest sense of gambling. I don't like gambling, actually. I don't go to
No.
casinos because I don't like to give my money for nothing.
It's
You know?
exactly that.
And so that kind of gambling is right. This kind, which I don't even really call gambling, but let's just say it's like minor gambling. I will look at stuff and go, is the value for my money worth it?
Yeah.
And in a casino, for me, it's not.
Yeah.
It used to be you could go to Las Vegas and if you sat there and played slowly or played the $1 or $2 blackjack tables, you could drink a lot. And that was worth it. I was getting drinks. I was entertaining myself a little bit. I was getting drinks. There was no preconception in my mind that I was going to come out of there, a millionaire of any kind.
No.
No.
But
But now you don't get all that stuff, so it's just not worth it. Same thing with this stuff. I look at it and go, I don't know. I might actually buy some of these just for giggles.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a good way to look at it as well. You're not doing it in any serious sense whatsoever. And there's nothing
Right.
wrong with that.
Well, see, lotteries are interesting in the States. I am not against people gambling if they want to. I highly recommend they don't do it for all the reasons. It's addictive. People get problems. They have trouble controlling themselves. But I also don't feel like telling adults what to do with their money.
No, exactly that. Yeah.
My problem in the States with the way lotteries are done generally in the States is the actual government's running them. And in terms of something that should be banned, governments should not run lotteries and gambling. I find that to be despicable.
No, I think that's disgusting. I mean, our national lottery is run by a consortium, a business consortium.
Yeah.
It's not done by the government.
Yeah.
They refuse to have anything. We do have a thing called.
But the government did make it legal.
Well, they did make it legal,
Right.
and they also run a thing called national bonds. So you can buy bonds from the government, which supports the government's
Yeah.
expenditure, and they're I can't remember the name. They're called national bonds or bonds or whatever, and they do come up quite regularly, and people do win money. But it's not like a lottery. It's just bond.
Yeah.
It's a way of buying into the government, isn't it?
Yeah, Jimmy, it's the old joke. What'd you do with all the money? Well, I spent it on hookers and blow. The rest I just wasted.
Yeah, exactly.
The rest I just wasted.
Exactly that.
All right, so yeah, that's the gambling thing. At least in my opinion. If you have a different opinion, good. Purity test, we covered that. I very much against all the especially just the nastiness of people with a different opinion on it that want to spend their money. Just, I like the whole you're a victim thing too. Oh yeah, the evil corporation has stalked you on the internet and forced you to do something. No,
Yeah.
maybe you, dude, not me.
Just
I went in
yeah,
wide-eyed.
yeah.
I went in wide-eyed. I knew exactly what I was doing. Don't worry about me. You worry about yourself. How about that? You worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Echo chamber nonsense. Just the whole reverberation of everybody, pitchforks, rabble. Mob mentality. Not a fan of mob mentality, whether it's on the internet or it's an actual mob. It just it just empowers people to be very nasty. All those things we already talked about get involved in that, and it gets crazy. It gets now you
Well,
could do.
I mean,
Go ahead.
sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say you can apply the same concept though. If you don't like it, then don't read it. I got that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
so I think I can differentiate between reading it and taking personal offense. It's just nasty though. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's like, I mean, for me, it's very much along those lines. It's I don't need you, not you personally, but I don't need you, internet, fighting a battle that I'm not even interested in anyway. For me,
Right.
you know what I mean? Don't be putting it out there that you're doing anything for me because you don't even know who I am. So I don't want you fighting any battle. If it was a battle that I wanted to fight, I might take it up, but I'm not interested. So neither should you be. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it on my behalf. I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
So Cliffy just succinctly captured it in the current vernacular of how this stuff goes down these days and how idiotic it is and how
Yeah,
people believe it.
absolutely.
I love that. Weaponized FOMO is fine. Yeah, absolutely, dude. 100%. This
It's so true.
is what these people think, man. It's incredible. It's incredible. From the Lavender
Yes.
King's mouth.
And I like lavender.
I like how we're angrier at some corporation somewhere else in the world than we are at
Yeah.
Pilgrim going to lavender farms on a motorcycle.
That's our clubhouse now, the Lavender Farm. We've got a new clubhouse. So when the 1%ers keep asking us, where's your clubhouse? We go, Norfolk Lavender Farm. Fancy coming down for a bit of a sniff? Oh, dear.
Fancy coming down for a bit of a sniff. Oh, you got some nice bourbon or scotch? No, we're sniffing plants.
We got lavender. We don't need alcohol.
Yeah, we're gonna have a coffee and sniff lavender.
That's what we're gonna do. That's hardcore. That is hardcore.
Can we mind if I bring a jasmine plant? We'll just mix it up a little bit.
Okay, we'll have to look at the Bibles
Oh.
for that one.
Oh, jeez.
They don't grendel. Absolutely. You'll not see a single 1%er at the Lavender Farm, I can tell you.
As tough as they are, the lavender farm would take them out.
Oh, absolutely.
Team Lilac.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, on that,
yeah.
I've long story cut short. We might as well just go off on a tangent on this.
Sure.
at the
Yeah.
moment. But
Absolutely.
you know the Jags? Do you know the Jags? The Jags they play over here.
The Jaguars. Yeah.
The Jaguars.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a new prospect just joined the club, and he's get this, mate, the Raven Master of the Tower of London. You know the Beefeaters that wear all the red
Oh,
tunics?
dude, that's cool. Yeah.
And yeah, he's the Raven Master there. And apparently, when the Jags come over here, they get a free tour of the Tower of London and all that lot, and he's well in with them. So, because I will refuse to pay $350 to go and watch.
Yeah. To do the hobnob with him and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or is that just a ticket?
Says, well, he can get me a day ticket,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Not all the extras added to it, but
Right.
he can get me a day ticket for like pretty much pennies. So yeah, they're coming over in, I don't know when it is, September sometime, something like that. So I think they're playing at Tottenham, or they're playing at, I don't think they're doing Wembley, but I might be able to go and actually watch a game without taking out a second mortgage, which is quite nice.
That would be cool, man.
Cool, yeah. Anyway,
Maybe he can get you in the tower while they tour or something.
Oh, I can get into the tower, no problem. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
perhaps meet with some of the players. That'd be
So he's the Raven Master, huh?
the Raven Master, yeah. His road name, he hates this, because I don't know if you know...
Bird Brain?
No, but... right.
Crow's
in the
ass?
British Army, well, there you go. In the British Army, if you're a brand new person into the Army, I don't know what you guys call your newest recruit sort of guys, but we call them crows. It's not synonymous for anything. They're just called crows.
Yeah.
So you're like the newest guy. You make the tea, you run to the naffy to get the pies for the guys. You do all the shit jobs, you know. You carry the heaviest weapons. You get given all the anti-tank weapons to carry and everything else because you're a crow.
Can I just...
Right, well,
I just want to interject here because...
Yeah.
Britain's built different. The first two bad things you said they had to do was get tea and pies.
Yes, exactly. that's his job. He has to go and do. That dude. Yes,
Not dig the latrine, not clean the toilet. You're like, dude, you're so low on the totem pole, you're getting tea and pies.
Well, that's how we operate.
Dude, that's fantastic. That's the army I want to be in, man. All right, I didn't say. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, anyway, so they're crows. So he's... before he joined, he put it out that he was the Raven Master at the Tower of London, and would it be possible to be called Raven as his road name, which was quite a considerate thing to ask, isn't it? Well, it got to our executive committee, who just turned around and went, "No, he's going to be called the Crow." So he's now called the Crow, which is awesome. I'm so happy for him.
Is he a former military guy?
Yeah. He used to be in my regiment.
How does he know that the first rule of call signs and nicknames is shut the F up?
He was warrant officer as well, so you'd think he'd have a bit up here.
Wow. He thought you guys were friendly.
Yeah, he hates us now.
He did not understand that. He didn't understand the game continued.
No,
we tell that to guys when call sign night's coming up. Actually, we don't tell them that, but it's known if you're smart. The thing about call signs is you never let them know if you like it or don't like it. Well, rule number one is you do not suggest one because you're not getting that.
Exactly that. Exactly.
And it's going to be a really bad derivative of that one that you're not going to like.
Yeah, exactly.
If it gets down to later in the night where the call signs are being voted on and you're figuring it out, never indicate that you either like one or don't like one. If you indicate you like one, you're not getting that one either. And if you indicate you don't like, by God, that's it.
You're getting it.
Yeah, you're getting that one.
There's a thing called a zip. You can attach to these two lips, and you do that. You pull it across, and you just sit there. Just have it. You know.
We had a guy show up. I'm going to paraphrase this story just a little bit, but the long story short is he had a call sign. He came from another base, and this happened right before I got there, but I heard the story because his call sign was different when I got there. And I don't remember what it was, but he didn't like it. This is pretty common. You know, fighter pilots get bad call signs for lots of different reasons. Anyway, and if you take it personal, then you're miserable. Anyway, he gets there, and when you do the first night in the bar, they always ask you what your call sign is. And generally, if you're a named Eagle driver, you keep your call sign. Sometimes we play games and we act like we're going to vote on a new one or give you shit or whatever. But most of the time, it's, yeah, you're Guido. Welcome.
You keep it, yeah.
Well, he had some call sign he didn't like. I don't remember what it was. So when they asked him, he said his name was Mule.
Right. Okay.
So they're like, "What? Wait a minute. What?" And so usually the question then is, "How were you named that?"
Yeah.
But he had already given this other name, Mule, that he didn't have. And I don't know if he was joking or maybe messing around or trying to change his name. But I'm not sure what went down. But essentially what he said is, "I'm named Mule because I'm hung like one."
There's got to be proof behind the name.
Well,
that's the problem.
Well, we didn't get into that.
We get there.
That might be a British thing. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
No.
Drop your trousers.
No, that's not. Nobody's dropping trousers in a fighter bar. That is not happening. Cliffy nailed it. Everyone read what Cliffy wrote in there.
Right, got you.
Emergency renaming, Tiny. And that's what his name was when I got there. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I do
Dude.
like that.
So that's why you don't indicate whether you like
You
or
don't
don't like.
indicate nothing. No, you don't.
So he's the crow.
Anyway. Yeah, he is the crow. He's not happy, but he is the crow.
That's actually a pretty good name, but I understand.
It's a cool
I
road
get
name.
why
Nothing.
he wouldn't like it because it's tied to
Yeah,
what you guys
tied
call.
to,
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't look after crows. He looks after ravens. But you know,
The new
black bird with a big beak. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's a crow. So well, the thing is, if he actually plays up to that, he'd be quite cool with that because he could get an
Sure.
Indian motorcycle, couldn't he?
Yep.
And he could be like the crow, the chief crow
Yep.
of the crow tribe, whatever. You know what I mean? So he could actually play up to it. But I think he rides a. What's he ride? A Suzuki or something, some Japanese thing anyway.
Right.
So, you know, that's his problem, not mine. I think we smashed the round palates to pieces now.
I
don't
tell you
think there's
what.
nothing more to be said.
Yeah. Yeah, holy cow, man. It's just it's kind of a weird situation.
Well, you know, I mean, those that do and those that don't, well, no problem. You know what I mean? Don't care really.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to, but it doesn't stop other people, and I wouldn't tell other people not to bother, but not for me. It's like a lot of the stuff that's coming out that is monetized. I'm sort of like avoiding it, but purposely avoiding it because I'm just thinking, oh, I don't need to do this. Because in 12, well, you've been at it 14 years, but in 12 years, when I actually stop and think how much I've put into the game in monetary wise, it's a lot of money. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hobby. I don't mind. I haven't regretted a penny spent.
Yeah.
But if you want to rationalise it and sit back and go, how much did I spend on an annual basis? Good grief, did I really?
Yep.
But then you would do that for any hobby. So, fine.
All
The
right.
Indian's fine, thanks, Gator. It's a good piece of. Oh, I'll tell you another story about the Indian.
What's that?
Right, so I put it in for its service this year, and the guys, it's called Freedom Motorcycles who run the Indians and the Victories over here, and I put it in for service, and it was just a normal service. Got the bike back, carried on. Now I'd noticed on the rear fender a slight rusting, bubbling of the paint and the rusting.
All right.
Because we over here they salt the roads all the
Yeah.
way through the winter. It's a
Right,
nightmare,
right.
You know what it's like. So I thought, oh well, what am I going to do about that? So I've been trying to self-treat it a little bit, just trying to, de-rust it and all the rest of it.
I thought you meticulously scraped it and washed it down with a
Yeah.
toothbrush every time you
I
rode
even
it.
I even bought the right paint to do it and everything,
Right.
a little bottle of paint and everything. The
Yeah.
whole works. Yeah, did all that. As of course I would. And I got a phone call 2 weeks ago. Oh, just to let you know, your rear fender's in. I went, what rear fender? They said, when we had it in for service, we noticed the rust spots, so we
Nice.
warranty claim it to Indian. Yeah, didn't tell me. And they said, you can bring it up and we'll fit it for you free of charge any time in the next couple of weeks. I was like, good guys. Good guys. So, what I did is I went to my regimental PRI and I bought them that
Nice.
bottle of Merlot.
Nice.
So they're well happy. And I'm well happy, because that's how you look after your people.
Again, very much England.
Very much England.
Very much England. Pilgrim's going to show up to a motorcycle shop full of burly blokes, not with a bottle of whiskey, but
With a bottle of red wine.
a nice bottle of red wine. Now that sounds like
Of
me.
course I am.
That sounds like me scoffing, but that's why you're quality, dude. That's why you're quality. 100%. Like that's extremely.
Bless you.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Now here's why I'm not quality.
Okay.
You guys
Have
ready?
you brought... I'm watching. Hang on. I've got to get it now. I've got a different view on the screen.
You guys ready? Let's do it. Purchase with my own money. We're opening Ramfaltas, Pilgrim.
Ah! Get
All
out.
right. We got a alpha. All right, here we go. 5 more.
Yeah.
We got.
Cliffy, ban Guido from chat. Ban him from chat.
What is this? Are these just out? Oh, it's still in the. Well, we got 3. We got alpha. These are all alphas. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, he is, Grendel. He's trying to get his CC back in.
I already told you guys to
what a
buy them.
snake.
We started the whole stream with you got to get out there and buy
What
these,
a
man.
You snake.
You got to get out there and buy these. Okay, hold on. If I don't get a tank, it's gambling. All right.
That is terrible.
Do these just add? Like, how do I open these? Are they somewhere else now?
I don't know. I've no idea.
That's kind of interesting if you think about it, because if you get you're getting extra boxes. Uh-oh, something's happening. Oh, is that the epic thing? What's it doing? Do I have a tank?
No. Yeah. No. What? What's happening?
I don't know. I guess I have to open them or something?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It's like a big egg. It's like, knock on it.
Baby, we are back in the CC program. I spent $100. We're getting back
Oh,
into
you
it.
you are so back in the CC program.
Oh, heck
you
yeah.
are.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you're like Quickie Baby.
I'm exactly like him, except 0.01% of the... So if I go back to Rumfaltas, what do I have? Oh, look at this. So I got 8 of these dudes. I got 1 of these dudes. That's how it works. All right, so you go through all these and then you open the rest of them. I got you. Oh, shoot, I just only opened 1. All right, so we got to get out of that. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I bought 80, but I'm now at 89.
So they give you 9 extra.
That is why you don't get gold in the spheres.
There you are.
Otherwise, I'd have got the gold in all these spheres. So, very tricky, Wargaming. I got you. I see you. I see you guys, you evil corporation trying to trick me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been tricked.
Sell out Sunday. You're right, Cliffy. Sell out Sunday. That's what it is.
Oh, you get gold in the prime, really? Uh-oh. This is a tank. I guess I got the scout thing. The 6
think
by...
it's a tank?
Yeah, it's the 6x6. Is this a scout or a medium? Cool if it's a scout. I love scouts.
He is, isn't he, Jimmy?
Yes. Nice.
Trying to make us hate him.
Okay, I got the 6x6. All right, so 1 tank. Extra doodads. Gator likes it. All right, good. So I've got 36 available. How do I know? Where's my pity mechanic? Guarantee. Oh, I don't have. Wait, 42. So I have. All right, so here's a question. I have. Do these count towards the 42, the extra guys? Because I certainly have 42 now. I have 36 regulars, but you add these in
Well,
there.
it says, doesn't it? It says guaranteed 40 with 42. It says
Wait,
guaranteed.
the information. Hold on. Guaranteed list upon if you open all 4. 50 on main, 40 on second, 20 on third is the pity numbers. Oh. Oh, I got you. So these are independent. They don't count towards that
They don't
one.
count to each other.
Ah,
Right,
okay.
Right.
That may have something to do with the numbers that they do it with, that they come in, I guess. 40 on the second. You'd have to buy 200 something to get 40. I know the premium days are the least valuable thing here for me, for sure. Okay. I have to hit one more tank to make it an actual good deal.
Yeah.
One more tank makes it a pretty good deal.
What was the 80? What did it cost?
$100.
100 bucks,
106 or whatever it was. 106.
Yeah, so you're looking at $33 per tank. You get 3.
Yeah, I got 8,000 gold, so that's about $25 in gold. I got a tank that's worth maybe $30, $40. So the rest I paid for credits in books and shit.
Yeah.
Right? No decals. What kind of program is this? No decals?
Yeah, what's that about? Well, you're getting plenty of premium days, though, aren't you?
Got a ton of premium days. Well, it did trip one tank early, so now I have a decision to make.
Yeah, do you buy more?
Right?
Ooh. Ooh. Is this Wargaming's plan all along?
Could be. Could be. All right, now I have 15 of these. Yep, I see what he's doing here. That's 40 and that's 20. So I'm down to... Of course, it won't tell me because I can't click on it. I don't know what my pity mechanic is. 6 more until a guaranteed reward. That'll be worth getting, I think.
Yeah.
But I can't buy 6. That's a bummer.
You can't buy 6. I was going to say, you can't get 6.
That's close. I'll have to think about that. All right, here we go. These are the medium ones. If I get a tank here, it'll definitely improve the situation. Oh, I got the Udes. That's weird. It did this graphic, but not the Udes graphic.
Oh, okay.
Did I truly get the Udes?
Is that because you've got it? No, you haven't got it. Yeah, look, see? XCC RNG, that's what it is, Jimmy.
That's what it is, baby. So I guess this graphic overcame that one. Because there it is. I got the Udes. 03 Alt 3. Now, that's not one of the new ones, I don't think, but I don't have that tank. So there you go.
Okay.
2 tanks.
Yep.
Gold. It was worth, in my opinion, roughly $100, I would say. We still have some more openings here, though. You never know. I could come up with 5 or 6 more tanks. No.
Yeah. If you did, you'd have to put the video out with Quickie Baby attached to it, because there would be so much angst about it, wouldn't there?
So these medium boxes have 3D attachments, free XP, some components, bigger books, 3 days, and some other of these things. All right, one more fiver. Another big fella. You know, I turned off the animations, but I'm still getting this one. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I just got the BZ-72. Just got my third tank.
Yeah, definitely CC.
You guys got to get in there and buy these now.
Buy them now. I'm going to go buy 80 now.
Buy them now.
Oh, man, that is so rigged.
I feel an MBTT coming on.
Yeah, the last one you open will be that.
Okay, so we got 3 tanks. All right, we have 6 of these. We're just going to go 5 in a row. See what happens. Boom. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh dear. You have just... I am not buying them. I'm not on the basis of this. I'm not buying any. That is absolutely BS.
I am back in the program, baby. Back in the program.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Did I not just say we got the MBT?
Do you have to say it?
Now.
More than one.
Now I want another tank. Give it to me. Give me another one.
You're going to go and spend to make the difference up for your pity mechanic, aren't you?
I am, because I'm so far ahead of the game. Who cares?
Yeah, I thought you would. That is so bad. That is so bad. Quickie Baby, where are you when you need it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the dark side and just make a video on how to. I love this now because I am absolutely making an MBT beam video, and it's gonna be a doozy. All right, so as Guy said, there was gold here. I didn't realize that, so I got 1,500, 3,000, 4,500 more gold on those 5 boxes. Right. Holy cow! So, and there's other 3Ds, 14 days. Wow. And one more. Some more gold and whatnot. Okay, so that's it. So what did we come up with, fellas? Check it out. We got. I'm gonna move me around here a little bit. Whoop. No, I don't want to block Pilgrim's. Gnarly. I don't want to block the gnarly elbow.
Gnarly.
Actually, let's just do this. All right. We got, my friends. These are the extra Rumfalta dudes we got. We got Alpha Proto. Why does this say 2? I actually got 2 of the regular boxes, Chuck. That's odd. I didn't realize you could go down as well, so to speak. 12 3D attachments. Another 5,250 gold on top of the 8,000, which gives me math and public 13,250. So $50 in gold.
Okay.
A little over $50 in gold right there. 5 vehicles. I got 5? Did I miss one? I missed them. I got 5.
You got 5? Hover over it. Let me see.
Dude, I missed one.
Good grief. Right, this needs to go out. This needs to go on YouTube. This has to be on YouTube. Because this is going to smash the CCs.
Dude,
this is going to smash the
funny.
CCs.
Yeah, Jimmy's like, dude, I saw it. You just totally missed it. So I got 2 10s and 3 9s.
Crikey, O'Reilly.
That is absolutely hilarious. Wow. All right, so I got 5 tanks for $80.
And the gold.
And the gold.
See,
6.
if I went and bought $80 worth now, I wouldn't even get 1 tank, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I refuse.
You would get 1 tank.
Well, yes, sorry, I would get 1 tank, yes. The shittiest one there.
You want a conspiracy theory that I thought of if I was wargaming, what I might do? If I felt like my PR was really
I would turn the odds around. If I was wargaming after all these videos had gone out, I would turn up the odds to like 80% chance of winning.
That's right.
I go, what's the problem? Everybody's won one.
That's exactly right. Oh, dude. Whew. That was something else, fellas.
Well, there's a happy Guido.
It's probably the greatest event Wargaming's ever had.
Fantastic. I love it.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. Go
dude,
get more boxes. Better than Christmas. Oh, dude.
That's an embarrassment of riches. And you know who deserves it, Pilgrim?
You do, Guido.
Me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got dropped from the program.
Kick me out of the program.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? That's your gold clock for retirement. That's your gold clock for retirement.
That's more free tanks than I've got from them in the last 2 years.
Here's your gold clock. Well done, Guido. Thank you for your efforts. Awesome.
Dude, that's absolutely hilarious.
You could make this up, couldn't you? You could
No,
an hour ago saying this is what's going to happen.
No, not in a million years. I do like that I called the MBT, and I also think it's funny I completely missed one of the tanks.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's so funny. All right, I guess I don't pass a purity test now.
No, you're one of the boys now.
Yes, Grendel, you get the, as part of the package, you get a base package of gold for each one of those, and it was 8,000 for the 80 balls. And then once you start opening up the big ones, if you get any of the protos or the alphas, whatever they are, the big ones, that has gold in it too. So that got me another 5,000 something gold out of that. So like I said, I got $50 in gold and 5 tanks.
Yeah.
So those are $10 tanks.
You're a
$10 tier 9 and 10.
Yeah. You whale. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely fantastic.
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. So like I said, great program. Probably the best one they've ever done, easily.
Awesome.
I'm
going back to me pop.
Yeah, I get the pop. I could already see people raging about it. That guy He bought him, and then he got super lucky, and then he's just going to cause the children to rush out and spend all their money, and they're going to be like, oh. Get a dab of Peruvian marching powder for every. That's right.
For every premium day.
I'm good for. I can't do math very well, but that's like 5 years, right? Yeah. I'm good for about 5 years. So
Good for about 5 years.
as long as the Wargaming closing event horizon is outside of 5, I'm in there.
You're in there. You're not lost anything, have you?
Yeah, I just completely changed my opinion on gambling, Gator. I'm out of here. I gotta. Guys, got any more of them circles that are boxes?
Man, oh, man.
I'm not even lying, man. I may have to go because what am I? Oh, now I can't. Oh, so 6, 40, and 15. Ooh. All right, guys. That was some pretty funny stuff. I got to get going. I know Pilgrim does. I appreciate you sticking around, Pilgrim. I know you.
No, I had to see
planned
the
on
end of
bailing.
this.
Yeah.
I started winning tanks, yeah.
Dude, we had to see how silly this got. Let's go find somebody to raid.
Cool.
Guys, have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Oh, no coffee talk next week. I will be out of town again.
No worries.
Yep, I'll be out of town. So you're going to have to open your Ramthaltas without me.
I'm going to wait till next weekend and do it. I'll make a YouTube video of it and I'll put it out there. Attach it to Quickie Babies.
Sir Foch is playing
Oh, really?
tanks. Wow, okay.
Yeah, he will, Zemke, he will. He'll be playing his MBT. He'll ignore us on Sunday and spend a whole day with his MBT. Pretending it's a 100 battle challenge. Yeah, we know.
Sapros TV. I don't know who that is, but that's where we're going.
Cool.
Appreciate the
Well,
follows,
it's good.
guys, and specifically the subs. That's
Yes, thank
very
you.
much
Thank
appreciated. I gotta get some more. I've got to get some more streams in, otherwise I'm gonna get dropped from the Twitch program because you're supposed to do. I think they give you a couple grace months or whatever, but I got to figure out how to get some more streaming in. I'm hoping. I always think things are going to slow down. I'm hoping I think they are going to a little bit slow down over the summer, so I should be able to get back into some of that. But we're going to start the raid, fellas. Doing
Nice
that
one.
in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you on the videos and 2 weeks from now for Coffee Talk. Later.
Ladies.